Hey, Dino here, and welcome back to GTA GT. Today I'm going to talk about the engine tick. I'll give you guys an update on what the car sounds like. It's been 3 months after the oil change, my first initial oil change. And on that oil change, after I picked up my car, the car ticked. Oh, did it ever tick. After that oil change, the car had a violent tick. But I decided to drive away. I didn't want to go back in and tell Ford, hey, the car's ticking like crazy. I kind of knew it might have, because I've done my research on all these Mustangs with their engine ticks. And it does get a lot worse after your first oil change. So I kind of knew it could have happened. I decided not to leave my car there. I decided I didn't want Ford to rip it up, rip the car apart, rip the engine apart, and then put it back together and tell me, oh, it's normal. There's nothing wrong with it. The engine tick is normal. And then just drive away after all that with the tick. I decided to take it myself, drive it for a week, see how the car reacts with the new oil, and then take it from there. Well, after a couple of weeks, the car was still ticking. So I decided to put an additive. I can tell you that I've been driving the car for 3 months now after the first initial oil change, and there's no tick anymore. The car is tick-free. The car sounds amazing. And I'll show you the combination of what I used, oil plus additive, that got rid of this tick. So stay tuned. So here's what I used to get rid of the engine tick. This is the oil I put in, and that's the additive I put in. So as you can see, it's Pennzoil, and it's 5W30, full synthetic. Okay, and I used 10 quarts. Okay, Ford put 9.5 quarts to be exact. But like I said, the engine was ticking after my oil change. So then I decided to add this additive in there, and it's called Brislow. And that pretty much took care of the tick. This combination got rid of the tick, and 3 months later, my car's still not ticking. So now it's time to do an oil change again. So what I want to do is, I want to bring the car in, have Ford do the oil change. I'm going to put the Pennzoil that you just seen, but I'm not putting the additive in. And what I'll do is I'll do a cold start and record it for you guys right after I pick it up from the dealership, because I want to see what the car sounds like. Is the tick going to come back after the second oil change? Okay, if it does come back, and it ticks violently like it did the first time I got my oil change, then I'll put the additive on again, and we'll see what happens then. So this is kind of interesting. I'm going to see if the tick comes back after an oil change.
Okay, so I'm going to find a place to park the car, and I'm going to find a place, and I'm going to put it against the wall. I'm going to use the passenger side to go near a wall so that you can hear what the car really sounds like. Usually when the car ticks, you hear it more on the passenger side, and if you go close to a wall, for instance, if you're ordering a coffee at McDonald's or any drive-through and you get close to a wall, you hear the ticking a lot more because it kind of the sound bounces off the wall, you hear it more. So I'm going to put the passenger side against the wall, and I'm going to record the sound. I'll also have the trunk, I'll also have the hood up so you can hear the sound of the engine, so that you can hear how good the car sounds after I use the Pennzoil, 5W30 full synthetic, race approved, and the Brislow. Okay, so we're gonna do a cold start on the car. We'll see what it sounds like. You can see the other camera here set up with a nice mic. We'll see what kind of sound we pick up from there. We'll see what kind of sound this camera picks up. We'll also pop the hood open and see what the engine does. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see if we pick up any ticks. So it's been 3 months since my first oil change, and after that oil change the car had a violent tick. Then I put the additive, the Rizlone, and the tick was gone, and it's been 3 months. There's no tick. The car sounds great. The car sounds really good. No tick. No tick. Car's against the wall. Car sounds great. So the car has 12,676 kilometers and no tick. So the combination of the Pennzoil 5W30 full synthetic plus the Rizlone took care of the ticking problem. It got rid of the tick. It really did. And now it's been 3 months, still no tick. Car sounds great. Now tomorrow I'm gonna take it to Ford, they're gonna do an oil change, and I have a feeling the tick's gonna come back after the oil change, right? Because you're gonna get rid of that oil that has the additive in it, and then they're gonna put fresh oil in it. I am gonna use the same oil. I'm gonna use the Penn's oil, full synthetic, 5W30, and we'll see what happens. If it ticks again, I'll put more Rizlone on it. So stay tuned. It's going to be interesting to see if the tick comes back.